Milo TV, bari bim, bari boom, bari bam. Yeah!
Milo TV, varabim, varabum, varabim.
Yeah! Milo TV, bari bim, bari boom, bari bam. Yeah!
Milo TVGH Toronto, Canada. Bari bin, bari boom, bari bem. Ear.
Melo TV, body bim, body bam. Yeah.
Yeah!
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where you're watching me from and what time you're watching this video. By way of introduction, my name is Prince Kojeteria, MC Milo, Canada-based Ghanaian journalist. Subscribe if today is your first time. Kindly like my videos, comment, and then share. All right, so I would like to urge you to do something for me. So if you have any credible story that you want to share with me, do not hesitate. Just put it right at the comment section so we could talk about that, or we could discuss it for other people to hear, and so they could also learn something out of it. You see, I keep on saying we need to help one another, and by helping one another doesn't mean that I have to give you money or something of that sort. No, I just have to share my ideas or tell you my story for you to learn something out of it. Okay? So by trying your best to elaborate what transpired, what you went through before reaching this far, will also let somebody change. You know, we live in a world whereby there are some people going jail back and forth. They wouldn't want to learn. They'll be doing this, they'll be doing that. But as soon as they get enough time to sit down to watch somebody's story, it changes them or it advises them to stay away from what they are doing. Milo TV people, Toronto, Canada, bari bim, bari boom, bari bem. Yeah. All right, so I have a very nice content for you guys this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending upon what time you're watching me from. I'm a YouTuber, Canada-based YouTuber, and mostly we talk a lot about issues with regards to traveling stuff, you know, how to migrate to abroad, and when you get to abroad, where to find accommodation, job, and you know, what have you. That is what we do here. Now, on today's topic, we are going to look at strong 6 reasons why many people are leaving Canada. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reasons why many people are leaving Canada to other parts of the world. So before we came to Canada, all we knew is that Canada is a land like more or less like heaven. And pretty much when we came here, we got to know that Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Oh yes, talk about benefits, talk about roads, talk about work, talk about accommodation, talk about, so many things. I got this far through Canada. I quite remember when I was coming here, my my boss's wife was like, "Hey, Milo is no more coming back." So yeah, I would say Canada is one of the best countries in the world. I have more than 10 years experience here. I've been sharing my stories back and forth, back and forth. Before coming to Canada, I traveled to countries such as Italy, like countries like Tunisia, Morocco, Libya, so many African countries, all because of where I was working. I have to travel to cover events like commentary and a whole lot. All right, so I'll leave that one aside and then come to today's topic. 6 strong reasons why many people are leaving Canada. Where are they heading towards to? Now, listen to me very well. Are you an immigrant to Canada? Did you just migrated to Canada from Africa? Talk about, where in Africa are you from? Please, my kind advice to you is that stay away from trouble. Please, if you have credit card, use it wisely, okay? Mhm. No fighting. Do not steal the TTC bars. Do not do anything that will, that will cause you for the rest of your life. Stay away from trouble. Period. All right. So the reason is that I had a guy who was like he's leaving Canada. So I approached him and asked him, okay, so why are you leaving Canada? Could you state some of the reasons why you are living here in Canada? And where are you heading towards to? Because from where I was brought up, when I came to Canada, I see Canada as more or less like heaven on earth, for real. So the guy stated some reasons that made him leave Canada. So we are going to start from point number one. The guy stated like where he was raised, there were no snowfall. And in Canada, November, December, January, February. Oh, these 4 months. Oh my goodness. Snow, freezing snow, snow everywhere, very cold, negative something, something. So based on that, this guy was like, he has something, he has a disease that doesn't help him during winter. That is why he decided to leave Canada. So mostly he was like, he doesn't know how to do snowboarding, he doesn't know how to do skiing. And mostly when he's in Africa or elsewhere in the world, he doesn't face this reality. Pretty much he said like it is a headache for him when it is winter here in Canada. So he is leaving because of winter. That is point number one. Point number two, the guy suggested that the cost of living is going up and up. Talk about like groceries. Before you could buy one bread for like $1, now it is around $5, $6. Rent was around like 300, 400. Now it's around 1,000 to 1,000 and something. So based on that, he is no more interested in leaving Canada again. So him, the wife, and the kids are all going back home. My goodness, people. Milo, you're gonna have fun. Bare bim, bare boom, bare bem. Yeah. All right. So the guy happened to be a Muslim, and he was like point number three. You know, couple of years ago, is it like 3 or 4 years ago? There is this thing we call Islamophobia. Pick your phone, go to Google, and do a research. Islamophobia. Okay, so Muslims were praying very in 2 hours drive away from Toronto, that is London, Ontario. So there was this Islamophobias who opened gun on them, go, 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 and they killed most of the Muslims praying. And this similar situation happened in Montreal about 5, 6 years ago. A guy just picked a gun. As soon as the Muslims went down, as Allahu Akbar, they went trying to put their head down. The guy sprayed them. It has happened twice in Canada. Mostly when I talk about something, I don't know how people feel. So just grab your phone and then do research about it. Islamophobia in Canada. I knew of Montreal, Quebec, and then London, Ontario. So the guy was like, because of this, he doesn't want to live in Canada again. He wants to live a country where most people living there are Muslims because he has a Muslim background. He want to live in a Muslim country which is very peaceful, whereby you'll be seeing like mosque, bigger mosques, and they will be doing announcement, come to pray, come to worship, come and do something, yeah, like a country like Dubai, like Malaysia, like Mecca. Typical example are those countries that I just mentioned. So that is what the guy said. Based on Islamophobia and those hate crime and stuff, based on that, he doesn't want to live in Canada to see anything of that sort. So he's moving out. However, this guy went on to tell me that like He is not going back home with his empty hands. Okay, remember this. Okay, let's come to our standard, like you and I. Maybe you just migrated to Canada and you are not finding it so easy. Accommodation wise, work, so many things. And because of that, you want to go back home. No way. You don't want to do this. Why am I saying this? The thing is that these people who are the guy I talked to or the guy I spoke to who decided to go back home is having his Canadian passport. So you cannot compare yourself with him. You don't have a passport, you don't even have a permanent resident card. How could you go, and if things are not working well, do you think you could return back to Canada? You can no more return. But these people, this guy was telling me that he has a Canadian passport years ago, but because of certain things, that is why he is going back to where he was born. Okay, he's going back to his root. So I'm urging each and every person watching this video that do not judge or do not go the guy what the guy told me. Do not do that. See, we have individual differences. The guy, I mean, we spoke at length. We spoke for about 30 minutes and he told me a lot. So let's go to the other points. We've made like pretty much we've made like 5 or 6. Okay, so let's say if somebody feel like he's build houses back home. Okay, listen to me. Those people who normally go back home from Canada to their various places, these are some of the reasons that they might think they have to go. People think they have to go back home to enjoy what they've done. People have houses. I know people in Canada who have like 3 or 4 houses back in Ghana, and they will not even sleep in one of them before they pass away. So these guys, sometimes they feel like, why wouldn't I go back home to enjoy my sweat? I've been working, building of houses, buying cars, doing this, doing that. Why shouldn't I also go home to also sort of enjoy or sleep in my house? So they end up going back home to have fun. And let's say if somebody win a lottery, there was this man, he was a janitor back in Montreal. He's from Ghana. He won a lottery. Is it Lotto Mass or 649 jackpot? You can pick your phone and then Google. He was a janitor who won lottery, millions of dollars in Canada. As soon as this man won the lottery, do you know what he did? He took his bag, the wife, the kids, went back home straight. They went there, started building houses for rent, building houses to sell so they could also make a good life. So they never moved all because of the weather condition. They have a different reason altogether. Milo TV, Toronto, Canada, Barry Bim, Barry Boom, Barry Bim. Yeah. And there are some people, they've stepped here. When they came to Canada, they tried their best to look for what we call papers. They tried to look for papers, but they've tried for more than 10 years. Meanwhile, immigration is looking for them to be deported. So they move from this place to another place, move from this place to another place. So sometimes they get fed up. I have to go home. There is no place like home. There is no place like home after everything. So if I'm not getting papers here, that means that I don't fit to be here. So I have to go back. So boom, they'll go back. And that is far different from yours. But I know of a guy who want to go back home. He cited so many reasons. We did a video here. I spoke to him for like 20 minutes. Milo TV people, Toronto, Canada, Barry Bim, Barry Boom, Barry Bim. Yeah. Subscribe if today is your first time. Like my videos, comment, and then share. So yeah, pretty much I've stated for like a couple of reasons why people might have think they have to leave Canada to elsewhere. One, accommodation, housing crisis, grocery going up, like weather condition, they feel like they are not getting work to do here. Like they don't have a very big, let's say Muslim, where Muslims go and pray and that stuff. So based on this, they've decided to go back home to live a good life there. That was what a guy told me. So, my dear brother, my dear sister, I'm just trying to let you know. I'm just trying to lay some emphasis, just trying to let you know the difference. These people came to Canada. The guy I'm talking about came to Canada years ago, and he has his Canadian passport. So if he go back and it is very hard for him, he just pick his passport and then buy his ticket and come back. But you are trying to go back home, but you don't have Canadian passport. You don't even have permanent resident, and you've overstayed too. You are out of status. This is a very big impediment. This is a red flag. So yeah, you should try your best. The guy was like, "Oh, Prince, let me tell you one more thing. You see, during summertime, the type of dressing you will see outside will even piss you off." I asked him why. He was like, ladies wouldn't dress well. You could see their sort of breasts. You see, they attract you and stuff. He doesn't want to see all those things. And I asked him, so when you go to your country, wouldn't you see this? He said, no more, no way. They cannot dress like that because he is from a Muslim country. Milo TV people, Toronto, Canada. So yeah, abusiana nkɔmɔ ketewa bi na yɛdi. Sometimes nipa bi bɛtwa mu sɛ yɛsi nipa bi free Canada. Adɛn nti na ɔmo free Canada? So why are people living Canada? Bi mo kyerɛ sɛ awɔ no ɛba a obi ɔwɔ ahonom tutuo, sasaburo, ekotodwe ne sisi ɔho. Obi wɔ nso a na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛtena burukyiri akyɛ. Ɔpɛ nkrataa, wɔnyɛ more than 10 years. Ɔyɛ a ɛmfa. Immigration for pɛ n'akyere. Watry dodgy afei de wayɛ fed up. Ɔpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ fie. Obi nso kyerɛ sɛ ɔno nso baeɛ no kyerɛ sɛ nyame adom ɔwini lottery. Ɔkɔyɛ lotto ɛna boom wodi sika kɛseɛ nti wakɔ toa n'abrabɔ so. Obi nso kyerɛ sɛ wasisi fie akɛseɛ a ɔso ɔkɔ dam no have fun. Na ɔgye n'ani kakra. Bi nso kyerɛ sɛ deɛ ama ɔfiri kurom ha no nso no cost of living ɛkɔ soro. Baabi a wode wo ti bɛto ɛdan boa yɛ den. O groceries a wobɛyɛ na deɛ aka nyinaa kwaa na ɛkɔ soro. Afei nso no guy baako ɔkyerɛ me ɔsɛ Milo saa hate the crime no like ɛkɔ so ma saa Islamophobia nsɛnsɛm no ebere bi etwa mu na danfo London Ontario deɛ na esi yɛ na nkramofo ɛkɔ frɛ nyame a abrante no kɔ bie trigger gu wɔn so gagaga o spray wɔn no na danfo bi ɛka ho. Danfo ni mpɔn paa ɛna deɛ esi wɔ Montreal no so na danfo ka ho. Ɛna afei kurom a wonam a wonkyɛ da wohu nkrama dan kɛseɛ biara te sɛ wokɔ Mecca, wokɔ Saudi Arabia, wokɔ te sɛ baabi te sɛ bia menka kuro no koraa sɛ Dubai ne Malaysia saa no. Nkramodan no yɛ very common akɛseɛ a wotumi kɔtena hɔ na wɔyɛ den wobɔ mpayɛ ba aha no ɛnte saa. Nti ɔne ne yere ɛne ne mma yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo ɛkɔ back to ɔmo kurom. Na mebusa wo sɛ because of sɛ obi kɔ nti nso pɛ sɛ wokɔ bi anaa? No, ɛsono dabɔ no kra ne so bi kɔ dia. Ɛdeɛ woyɛ biribi adwene ho mmienu ɛnyɛ saa ɔbɛ rush ayɛ rush koti. Ɔni na hɔ ɛtoto nneɛma yie. Na nipa bi wɔ hɔ ɔmo fi Canada akɔtena Ghana. Na ɔmo Ghana na ɔmo wɔ nyinaa no ɔmo asisi ɔmo fie, ɔmo ayɛyɛ stores, ɔmo wɔ car, ɔmo wɔ dwetire kakra hyɛ ɔmo bɔtɔm. What about you? Wa woba na ano yi deɛ na wo woni trɔ wode sika nyinaa atwa ticket. Nti please wɔwɔ ni na hɔ. Na afei wɔ credit card a som ne som yie. Ɛma obi reason a obi adwene a obi afa ɛda obi tum sɛ wɔde kɔbɔ ne bra no ɛmfa na ɛmmoa wo. Yeah, obi nso kyerɛ sɛ ɔno deɛ na burukyiri a ɔbaeɛ no ɔyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛyɛ adwuma no wapiska no wakɔ nti ɔbaa ɔma no ho mfie du ɔni aduro anyɛ hwee nti ɔkɔ a no ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ ha na ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ ha nti bia ɛnu time a ɔnkɔ fie no ɔsi ne fie watɔ ne kaa bi akusi hɔ ɔbiebie store so baako mmienu mmiɛnsa bi wɔpɛ ne dwetire nti ɔkɔdu fie a ɔfi sɛ ɔyɛ better off saa na ɔfa no bag na ɔkɔ nti obi bɛka sɛ ɔfiri Canada akɔ baabi no akɔtena no bakyɛw pii tie no mmienu because nipa ndi bia na wa establish paa ɛwɔ different place okay ɛmfa wo ho ɛnkɔto wɔ ya no waba bɛdu system no mu a ɛsɛ kwan a ɛfa so a nyame hyɛ ne ho nimonyam a ɔde baeɛ a na yɛnya krataa yɛtim no wo nso wobɛnya wo deɛ okay wobɛnya wo deɛ na wo nso wo deɛ yɛ adansedi akyerɛ obi nti please sɛ afei sɛ wobɛdu yɛ na nneɛma akyea nneɛma mfaeɛ a sɛ ɔbaa n'asomade yere a no nkyɛ sɛ n'aso kwan yɛsi wo ɔkɔ no ɔkɔtɔ asomade no ba wobɛtumi yɛ den wobɛtumi de abɛhyɛ mu wobaa yɛ nkyɛ to bo ase tie afutusɛm kakra you pass through Milo TV Toronto Canada bare bem bare boom bare bem yeah